Hello, hello, hello. Adrian is now Approaching Great Life, and this is a general love reading for Taurus, 18 till 24 May, or whichever time in life you look at it being the right time for you. Okay. Sorry. So Taurus, beautiful earth sign. Let's see what we got for you. But before we do, let's just take a nice deep breath, connecting our heart space. So you breathe nicely in with me. Release with peace into Mother Gaia. Give you some of my sprayer, Palo Santo for cleansing the air, rosemary, some for you, some for me, some for our space, some crystals over there to get a beautiful vibe going for you. And while I'm speaking, I'm just going to draw some cards for you. These are 2 oracle cards that we're going to end up our reading with for you. And you know, if you want to follow me on Facebook, you're more than welcome to do so. I go live on Facebook quite often where I draw cards for individuals. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can do that as well. I always try to post, you know, motivational material there on Instagram for you, just to kind of help you with your experience of life and to see how you can positively contribute. I mean, why not? Or if you want to have a personal detailed reading, remember this is there's 2 cards for you. That's fine. Remember, this is a general guidance reading, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Ascending for Taurus. But if you want, so whatever resonates with you, take it, and what doesn't resonate with you, you release it with love. You let it go. Okay. And I don't know if I said it already, but a personal reading, 30 minutes downloadable reading, $12 for you. Let's see what we got for you, Taurus. And you know, if you got your eye on a Taurus, Taurus is such a beautiful sign. They're these humble, kind, beautiful souls that, you know, a Taurus will stand by you no matter what. No matter how badly you mess up, they're going to stand by you, literally till the bitter end. And afterwards, they might even torture themselves a bit too much sometimes, wishing that they could have done more, feeling that they could have done more. Remember, you can only do as much as you can do. Okay. I'm going to draw for you a crystal oracle card there on Taurus and see what we got for you for when it comes to love. Some of you had a bit of a rough trip there for a while, so I hope I can give you some good news today. Amethyst meditation. Beautiful. I love this for you because, especially since our focus is for love today, Amethyst is about alignment. It's about coming together. It's about that beautiful, powerful energy, very much, you know, like Alpha and Omega, beginning and end, sort of ending where it starts type of thing, a cycle completing, you know, bringing in a lot of hope, letting go of a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, a lot of things not working out, you know, very much as about so below that angel sort of beautiful energy that comes in and sort of almost take your, if you want to take off your heart of your emotions, kind of taking you to a nice little tropical island so you can have a nice little rest, because things have been quite tough there for you for a while, Taurus. So Amethyst is such a beautiful energy for you, and if you are looking to align with a specific energy, then, you know, open yourself up to that energy, breathe it in, because remember, crystals are just energy that you're aligning with. But the same way that you will take, like, you know, whatever certain things make you feel certain ways, whatever they are, it's just hormones at the end of the day. So or energy and feeling and vibes, you know, and alignment. So remember, you can always open yourself to the energy as well if you don't have the specific crystals. Also, you don't always have to have them. Okay. I like this. I also like the sound of my friend laughing in the background. Okay, let's see. So, so, okay, so that explains why things have been a little bit challenging there for you for a while, Taurus, because you were really thinking about stuff, you know. I feel that it's almost like there were imbalances in your life or shortages in your life that you were seeing that maybe other people were not seeing. So it's almost like you might have become a little bit secretive over there, that you weren't talking about your plans, or what you felt were your needs, your necessary needs and steps for next observations. Sorry, your observations there, sort of like for your needs, for what you need to do next, because it might have seen, it's almost like you kind of came to the realization that, and remember, this is a general reading, but I feel that for many of you, it's almost like you felt that you were moving backwards, and you kind of had to take matters into your own hands, and some of you made some drastic steps, and it's you realize that almost to the outside world, it might seem like you're taking a step back. So you didn't really want to speak too much about what you are doing, because you might have gotten quite a bit of flack for that. Okay, but you understood the difficult steps that needed to be taken. I feel that some people might kind of feel that you might have even deceived them a little bit, by not speaking to them, but you had your reasons for things. And it doesn't really feel that initially, could be for some of you, but it doesn't really overall feel that it might have been just for love, This was more about establishing yourself. In fact, love could have probably been the last thing on your mind. Okay, for many of you, love was the last thing on your mind. You weren't really too interested in love. You had other things in mind. All right. And for some of you, it's almost like you're feeling like it's almost like there's a balance between things not coming together and coming together, not coming together and coming together. All right. So a little bit trippy over there. Working through a lot of emotions, a lot of underlying emotions, a lot of sort of hurtful emotions. Okay, Taurus, look at you. All right. So that makes sense. So many of you, it's almost like you realized that there's a lot of things that or there's things aspects that you need to work on within yourself, in order to, within yourself, be 100% ready for the sort of commitments that you want to have, the relations that you want to have, the next levels that you want to have. Sorry, and even if you're inside a relationship, there was very much sort of like, I feel that at some point there might have been like a stagnation that took place, and you wanted to, let's say for example, you've been seeing somebody for quite a while, and so you would want to marry this person, but you realize that there's some steps that you need to take in the interim in order to be ready, or even because, and I feel for a lot of you, this is more the case, that you may have seen somebody or just freshly broken up, or in a complicated situation, difficult circumstances there, challenging, mind confusing, boggling sort of stuff, and you realize this is not really, you don't really gel with this anymore. This is not what you want. This is what you want. But in order, it's, and I please don't want you to take this the wrong way, because I don't mean to, to disrespect you. But I feel that some of you felt that you were very messed up. And it's almost like, when you come out of the space where you kind of messed up and you realize you've learned all your lessons, but when you go to the next step, you don't want it to be messed up again. Okay, you want it to be good. So you realize that there's quite a bit of things that you need to do within yourself to get to that space where it's good. So some drastic steps would have been taken there for you, or by you rather, and conscientiously so. I feel that a lot of you came to a realization that all that glitters doesn't shine. So you might not necessarily have had a bad life. You might have had actually a really, really beautiful life. But in a sense, it was not really quite you. So you might have had a beautiful life, but almost like an empty life. It's almost like, and again, no criticism here, but it's almost like, imagine being like a A-lister, like a celebrity, for example. And one day you've got your beautiful house and you've got all your wonderful stuff, and you realize, but this doesn't quite define me, because I'm not really that person anymore. I'm a different person now. Okay. So what do you need to let go of in order to get to the strength that you need to go of? willing to start over, speaking a lot about starting over, dynamic changes, knowing that it can be done. That's what I like so much about you, knowing that it can be done. Something with the Leo energy here though, and if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that I had this before as well for you. So a Leo and an Aries energy. Okay. Aries, of course, being a fire sign. Actually, Leo's a fire sign too. Um, kind of coming very full circle, yeah. It could also be coming from that, going into a more sort of Capricorn Scorpio energy. But what I can tell you is that this inner work that you are doing, Taurus, you know, from the squiggy little bits to where you'd like to be, the goal that you have is beautiful. The work that you're putting in is beautiful. But remember, what you bring to the table, the universe basically multiplies for you. So you might have set off for things to be a certain way, but suddenly you can actually look forward, and this is where this amethyst energy is coming in for you that we initially had. And I just looked at the time now. It actually said 11:11 when I said that for you. So fantastic. 11:11, new beginnings. New beginnings. Okay. Powerful new beginnings. And it's almost even as you go forward, you're getting this sort of almost wisdom where a certain situation may have maybe run you for quite a while there sometimes, where you realize now, do you know what, I don't need to feel this. I don't need to feel this. It's not necessary for me to feel this. I've been feeling it for long enough. It's been running the show in my emotions for long enough. I don't need to feel this anymore. I'm over this. I've done it. I've done my lessons. I've done my best. There's no need for me to feel guilty anymore. And in that way, many of you are sort of doing your own what is called a cord cutting. It's something that we do like in Reiki, and I do it in like hypnosis and things as well. But it's basically cutting off those energetic ties that are no longer serving you in a positive way, but cutting them off in a positive way, you know. And so that energetic link that is still lingering there, it's for many of you. You're finally letting go of things that you were holding on to, and I feel that you were holding on to almost like from a sense of guilt, you know. That you feel that you could have done more, you should have done differently. So there's a lot of blame that's happening there, but a lot of you are realizing that it's like as is, and as you move forward, more so. So not so currently where you are, but as you move forward, and especially as sort of like the goal that you want to have comes closer and closer and closer. For those of you that that are in relationships, you may find that suddenly kaboom, it must just go to a next level. Beautiful, you know. And for a lot of you also, you're getting to see how a lot of your growth in a way was stunned by not so much the other person, because I feel that many of you might have felt that it is the other person, when in fact you now realize that it might have been you. Okay. And when we get to that point, that is where the magic happens. And for you, the magic in love, it's about to happen. If you think it's good now, hold on tightly to your seat, because it's about to get so much better. And so it is. All right. And for those of you that are single, you might check this one stranger and you might think like, she's very cute, he's very cute, very handsome, how nice. And then, think, oh, it's probably never going to happen again. Boom. Next thing, the person's just there, and very exciting. Very sort of out of your comfort zone, but it's exciting. Okay? And it's like the fire that lights up in your life. Realizing maybe that, you're just ready to elevate to next levels. What is the standing? Discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. Okay. And then 2 cards for you. See me in their eyes. It says, whenever conferring with another or with one another face to face or across the miles, whether a human being, departed spirit, or sentient tree, always speak to them. Always speak to the highest within them. It makes such a difference. Okay, and it says you are being watched by loving eyes. What if you're actually an ancient gladiator of love and joy who agreed to visit Earth during these primitive years to spark some new thinking? Share a few smiles and help others discover that they too are awesome. How beautiful is that, eh? How beautiful is that? All right. Honor, love, and respect you, Taurus. And I wish you all the beautiful best in life, because you deserve this. Things are going a beautiful way, and you deserve it. And I'm very happy in my heart to see that. Okay. And if you want to keep on checking the story, see what's happening in your life and what's unfolding, subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell next to subscription. Remember, your weekly reading comes out on every Thursday. And yeah, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. And if you want to have a personal detailed reading, then it's $12 for a 30 minutes downloadable reading. From my heart to your heart. How do I make a heart? There we go. Boom, boom. Namaste.